Hi, my name is Haley, and I will be doing my informative presentation on the Appalachian Mountain conspiracy theories. The Appalachian Mountains are some of the oldest mountains in the world. They were originally part of the Scottish Highlands until the entire plain of Pangaea split. So, the Appalachian Mountains are extremely old and extremely unexplored. So unexplored, in fact, that scientists say that we've explored more of the ocean than we have the Appalachian Mountains when you compare the ratio of exploration and undiscovered. So, we will be getting into some of the lesser things, like for example, if you hear something whistle at you at night, don't whistle back. If you hear your name being called at night, don't act like you heard it, don't acknowledge it, don't say anything. Keep your windows and doors shut, not for animals, but for more paranormal things like creatures, skinwalkers, Bigfoot. These are just a few of the smaller theories that don't really hold any significance, but when you get into it, there's some big stuff out there. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the most scientifically investigated, a phenomenon called the Brown Mountain Lights. So the Brown Mountain Lights were these random appearing balls of light that would appear over the Brown Mountains for a set amount of time and then they would disappear. There was no pattern to when they would come out at night, and there was no pattern to the way that they would move, because they would move. And there was actually a professor from the Appalachian State University that did an investigation into this and was creating a documentary on it. So he went and investigated the lights, and the thing about the lights is, where there's no pattern to when they appear, you just have to wait. So he waited and he waited and he waited nothing until one day he finally got it. He saw the lights, he captured a video of it, and he even got images of it. Now, after his investigation was over, there was still no explanation for it. He hypothesized that maybe it was balls of gas, maybe it was ball lightning, but there wouldn't be a set reason why that would randomly appear and then disappear, with no pattern especially. So that was something that he couldn't quite figure out, but he did have a more likely hypothesis, which was that it was train lights, until they discovered a diary from 1771 that explained that they had seen the lights as well, but if it was train lights, that would be impossible, because they did not discover electricity yet, so there was no train with lights yet. So it couldn't be the train lights because the phenomenon is older than even trains and electricity on trains itself. So that theory was out, and it has been investigated highly, but there's no actual explanation for it. So that's one of the more general things, but some of the other interesting ones are the Mothman. So this couple was out in the woods exploring, which in itself was already a bad idea, when they apparently encountered a 7 feet tall white Mothman with glowing red eyes. And they came back to their local little city out there, or town rather, it was very, very small, and told their story. And it became such a significant story that this town in Pleasure Point, West Virginia, erected a statue that looks, supposedly, like the Mothman. So if you want to see what the Mothman supposedly looks like, there's a statue of it. There's also still images out there of the Brown Mountain Lights. And one other thing that there are weird images of, or images of statues of, is something dating all the way back to the Appalachian Mountains in 1170 CE, which is so weird to me. The Cherokee had stories of these 3 feet tall, pale people with pale blue eyes that only came out when the moon was out, called the moon-eyed people. And it was thought to be just a myth, but we also discovered that the Cherokee, or something else, but more likely the Cherokee, carved statues of the moon-eyed people, because we discovered 3 feet tall conjoined statue of them, and named them the moon-eyed people, because it was in the same area that the legend originated. So, that's one thing. It's also thought that in the Appalachian Mountains there are secret government experiments, conspiracy theories, abandoned towns, which there are, and even aliens So there are lots of weird things out there, but the one thing that is true and needs to be cautious of is the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail is fine if you stay on it, but if you wander off, that's when things get really weird. You'll get turned around very easily, you'll hear things calling your name, you'll begin to hallucinate because it is just so endless in the woods out there. To the point where this one couple was out on the Appalachian Trail, the wife got lost, and they found her body years later. Her body, just her remains, in her tent with all of her equipment still intact, 2 miles from the trail. 2 miles. She got so turned around that she could not get back to 2 miles. That is insane. Investigators say they have no idea how she would have not found her way back, because she'd been hiking before. She was very experienced in nature, experienced in camping. I mean, she was a pro at doing this. They have no idea how she didn't find her way back, but she got so turned around because the woods in the Appalachian Mountains are endless. So don't explore the caves, don't go off the trail. And if you want to get real technical with it and following the rules, don't whistle back. Don't answer your name. Close your doors and windows. It's a dangerous world out there, but it's more dangerous when nature is completely unexplored. We shouldn't ruin it, but we should explore it, at the very least. Or stay in your house, chill. That's all I got to say. Stay safe out there, y'all. Thank you.